Alright, so number 1, find the area of the shaded region, answer in terms of pi. So the shaded region is a box minus these two semicircles. So we just need to subtract that semicircle out of the box. So we need the area of the box, which is equal to the side length squared. And the side length is 10, so it's going to be 10 squared, which is 100. Now we need to find the area of the circle. The area of the circle is equal to pi r squared. So this is pi times the radius. 10 is all the way across the box, which is diameter, which means the radius has to be 5. So this is pi times 5 squared, which is 25 pi. So it's the area of the box minus the area of the circle, which is 100 minus 25 pi. And we need to include our units, which is feet. And because we're looking for area, we need to make sure that the units are squared. And that's our answer. What is the formula used for finding the volume of a prism or a cylinder? That is, V is equal to big B, that stands for area of the base, times the height. So what gets people all the time is they don't know that big B means it has to be the same shape front and back, left and right, or up and down. So if you take a look, there's a triangle on the front of the shape. There's a triangle behind the shape. So the triangles are actually the bases. And if that's 15, then this is 15. Okay. So we know that this is the length. We know that big B is the area of the triangle, and that's going to be length times width divided by 2. So we need to figure out what this is in order to find the area, which means we need to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So a squared, a is 12. B squared is going to be the height, which we don't know. So h squared, which is equal to 15 squared. The diagonal shape, or the slant height, always goes into the C spot. So this becomes 144 plus c squared, or h squared, is equal to 225. Subtract 144 from both sides, and we get h squared is equal to 81. And the opposite of squaring is a square root, so h is equal to 9. So therefore, that's 9. Okay. And we're still not done with the problem. We know that big B is length, which is 12, times width, or height, which is 9, divided by 2. And that comes out to 54. And the volume of the shape is equal to big B times height. Big B is 54. The height is the distance between the bases. So from here to here, our answer is to multiply by 18. And 54 times 18, let's get our calculators out. Is equal to 972 inches cubed. Answer C. For number 4, so again, we have a triangular base, so big B is equal to length times width divided by 2, which is 18. So V is equal to big B times H. That's our formula for the volume of a shape. We know the volume is 288, so 288. Big B we just solved was 18. Now we need to find height, which is the distance between the bases. So we need to get rid of times 18. The opposite of times is divide. Divide both sides by 18. And that comes out to 16. So 16 is our answer. Actually, 16 meters. Don't forget your units. Number 5, the volume of blankular prism is 108 inches cubed. What is the value of x? So our bases, we could call this our base, x and x. So volume is equal to big B times h. And big B is equal to base times height, which is x times x for x squared. So V is 108 according to our problem. Big B is x squared, and h is 12. Divide both sides by 12, and we get 9 is equal to x squared. And you square root both sides to get x is equal to 3 inches. The answer is A. Number 6, compute the volume of the solid. This is a cube or a rectangular prism with a hole in it. So let's find the volume of the big cube. The volume of the big cube is the area of the base, and this has a rectangular base, so it's length times width, times our height, which is 6, and that comes out to 240. Okay. These two guys right here are big B. This guy right here was H. The volume of the small shape, okay, so in this case, we're going to have a length times width. The width is going to be 5 because it needs to have the same depth as the original shape. So it's 2 times 5 times the height of the little window right there is 2. Again, these two guys are big B, and this guy was H. And that comes out to 20. So subtract the big shape minus the small shape for 220 centimeters cubed. Number 7. Again, volume is equal to big B times the height. And big B in this case is a cylinder. Or sorry, a circle. So circle is pi r squared. So this is pi times the radius 3 squared, which is 9 pi. Now that you have 9 pi is big B, you need to plug it in. V is equal to big B, 9 pi, times our height, which is 7, which comes out to 63 pi. Feet cubed. Your answer is C. Number 8. An oil company makes cans. The area of the base of both cans is 8. So it didn't just say base, it said area of the base. And remember, V is equal to area of the base times height. And it says the volume of the short can is 48 pi. So 48 pi is equal to big B. It said the area of the base was 8 pi times H. Divide both sides by 8 pi. And we get H is equal to 6. So that's 6. It says over here that the tall can is 2 centimeters taller. So if that height is 6, this height is 8. Okay. And volume is big B times the height. Big B was 8 pi. The height we found out was 8. So all in all, it is 64 pi centimeters cubed. Formula for a pyramid or cone is 1/3 times area of the base big B times the height. It's the same formula, it's just a 1/3 because it goes to a point now. So they give us a base edge. Volume is equal to 1/3 times big B times H. Big B in this case is a square. It says it's a square-based pyramid. So if that's 18, this is 18. So big B is 18 times 18, which is 324. So now we need our height. 15 is our slant height. That will not work. So we need to make a little triangle out of this. And since the height goes down to the middle of the pyramid, this little side length isn't 18. It's half of 18, which is 9. So I'm going to pull that out right now. That's 9, and that's 15. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared is going to be 9, because that's the base of our triangle. 9 squared. We don't know what b is. That's our height that we're trying to find. And the slant height always goes into the c spot. So 81 plus h squared is 225. Subtract 81 from both sides to get h squared equals 144. Then square root both sides to get h equals 12. So our volume is 1/3 times 324 times our height, which was 12. 12, there, that looks better. And that comes out to 1,296 feet cubed. Next, 11. The diameter of the cone is 12. So again, they give us height. We need actual height. So if the diameter is 12, that means radius is 6. So again, we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find the height. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So 6 squared plus the height squared is equal to 10 squared. 36 plus h squared equals 100. Subtract 36 from both sides to get h squared equals 64. And then square root both sides to get h is equal to 8. So our height is 8. Okay. Back to the volume, because that's what they're asking us to find. Volume is 1/3 times area of the base times the height. We know what our height is now. We need to find big B. This is a circular base, so big B is equal to pi times the radius squared. So pi times 6 squared is 36 pi. Now we can plug it all in to our final formula. V is 1/3 times 36 pi times 8. And 1/3 times 36 times 8 comes out to 96 pi meters cubed. Your answer is D. What's the formula for finding the volume of a square? The volume of a sphere, not a square, is 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. So this one says, what is the diameter of a sphere with this volume? So we got to plug that in first. 288 equals 4/3, sorry I forgot the pi, times r cubed. They have a pi on both sides, so just cross it out. To get rid of a fraction, you just flip and multiply. Flipping, students. So we're going to flip the fraction and multiply it to both sides. So the right side cancels out. 288 times 3/4 is 216. And we just have r cubed on this side. The opposite of cubing is to take the cube root. Cube root of 216 is 6. Cube root of r cubed is r, and that's our radius. It says 6 is an answer choice, but you got to be careful. Read the question. That will save you so much trouble. Even in English class, go back and read the question. I remember writing a 5-page essay, and I got to the very end, and I got the problem wrong. I got like an F on it because I didn't answer the freaking question. Okay? After you're done writing, be like, huh, did I answer the question? And if you didn't, rewrite your essay. So, r is 6. This says what is the diameter? The diameter is 2 times bigger than the radius. So 6 times 2 is equal to 12. And your answer is just 12 meters, not pi, because we're not talking about circumference, we're not talking about area, we're not talking about volume. For 14, it gives us the radius, so you just need to plug it in. 4/3 times pi times 12 to the 3rd power. And if you're having trouble plugging it into a calculator, okay, don't freak out. It's not a fraction. That's division. That's 4 divided by 3 times pi times 12. Use the up arrow. That symbol right there, that's a caret, spelled C-A-R-A-T. Don't ask me why. And then in the exponent, you need a 3. Enter. There's your answer. 7,238.2 centimeters. Cubed. If they said leave in terms of pi, you would just do this whole thing in your calculator, except don't put the pi in. So like that. So this answer would be 2,304 pi centimeters cubed. Alright, there's your answer key. Study hard. We'll answer a couple questions at the beginning of the class before you take your test. Good luck. Deuces.